me like a dog, inspires a rabbit. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me, for me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me, can you save my every dirty soul?
It's week 2 of the National Football League. And featured this week is C.J. Mosley. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Thunderbirds and the Chargers. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And here we go from LA. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Herbert. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Go.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Give them 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And
pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
The Chargers selecting to try for the field goal. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
a dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Israel Abanikanda on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by someone still held in high regard for his work at Florida State, Jordan Travis.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and just 2 to go. They send a tight end in motion. Third down give to Hall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First down, ball at the 36. Looking to the air here. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They give on second to Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. So now here's 3rd and 5. They're throwing it. He finds his target, Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And the Chargers take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's Herbert. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Herbert on first down. Finds him over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Herbert throwing again. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll come up first and 10. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Herbert from the gun. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Third and a lone yard coming up. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Catch is made in close. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Dobbins punches it in for the LA touchdown. The Chargers hold a slim 2-point lead early. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
about to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
Yeah, running with it. I should probably start a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. Go ahead, Drake, you got a chip. I mean, on my little mouse drip. Go ahead, rapid pick.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a Conda on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Now, Brock, we get a look at their draft class from this year. A group that, regardless of reviews around the league, they are very happy with.
Well, beyond the physical traits, there are certain types of players teams are just looking for in the draft. Guys who fit the identity and culture of the building and also match up with their schemes on the field. Looking at a couple names in front of us here, Kate.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
Highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. Wilson's got it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Now a pause. Looks like somebody was banged up on that play, and that's Garrett Wilson being examined out there, hopefully for nothing serious. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They'll throw it. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 21. It's taken in by Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Thunderbirds face a 4-point deficit. Mike Williams, the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play, right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds cut it to a field goal game.
Thunderbirds 14.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got to flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball, and you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked.
This ball's cut by Palmer. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few... Bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal. And we're back. Teams are ready. It's time for the second quarter. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to hit Hall, complete. And finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And they take him down right along the 30. Pickup of 2 here, and that'll give them a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They go right back to Hall. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He can throw this one. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd and 7. Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Hall can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. We've got an injury stoppage here, and no, not what any of us want to see. You remember the injury his rookie year. It's Breece Hall hurts on the play. So now, here's 3rd and goal. On the handoff, Allen. And he gets in, touchdown! The Thunderbirds take a 2nd quarter lead. Braylon Allen, the touchdown! A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds take a 4-point lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play action now for Herbert. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Herbert. It is caught left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And that couldn't have hit any better. That took the perfect bounce and went out of bounds at the 1. Their offense running back out now. They're looking at the entire field in front of them. A long drive ahead, Brock, as they start out very close to their own goal line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff right for Obanikonda. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. Credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Finds McConkey. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and the Chargers will have a first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Third down run by Dobbins. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a second quarter lead. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a Conda on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Airing it out to start this drive. Corley reels it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This is Allen on the give. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Right back to Allen. This is ahead for about 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. First down play, that's him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Throw complete to Williams. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A give to Allen out of the shotgun. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and long for him here. He's running for it. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Thunderbirds driving. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Quick slant into the hands of Corley. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Thunderbirds get some late points and the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Thunderbirds take a 4-point lead.
Chargers 24.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15.
Looking to throw. He finds McConkey. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. We have reached halftime. Already a full game's worth of excitement in just 2 quarters. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Tua Tagovailoa, a touchdown pass in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. It's Bo Nix, the Oregon man, with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Drake May, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewart.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Xavier Gipson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Thunderbirds ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Anaconda gets it going right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pass play now. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. That's complete inside the 35. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Thunderbirds grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Thunderbirds drive their lead to 11.
35, Chargers 24. When Zerline is set to kick off.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
He finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Thunderbirds are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give up the gut to Anaconda. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swinging.
This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one.
simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Looking for a tough. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. This ball's cut by Palmer. Gets it to the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense ready to head back out. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Allen. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Pass play on 1st and 10. He completes it in traffic. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's good for 7 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a pickup of 11. And they'll have 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
He'll throw again on 2nd down. That one's incomplete over the middle. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Throw on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them
8. I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Chargers and Joshua Palmer set to go to work again. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pass brought in by Traylon Burks. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Their punter making his way out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt reaches 50 yards. And it'll be their football. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Airing it out to start this drive. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. Conklin brings it in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
1st down, Thunderbirds.
Abanikanda now up the middle. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They're set up at the 35 now. Allen trying this straight ahead. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route, 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Going with a Conda on the ground. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Running once more with a Conda. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Conda runs it in for the touchdown. The Thunderbirds make it a 9-point advantage. Zerline on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Thunderbirds make it a 10-point ball game.
42, Chargers 32. Zerline is set to kick off.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. I don't think they're gonna catch him. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers cut it to a field goal game. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Here's a Conda on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Thunderbirds and Israel Conda ready to begin their next drive. And the first half scoring has continued so far in this second half as they try to keep the pace. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has it downfield working the left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer, or he's not going to endure this season.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he calls for the fair catch, and is there to collect it. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Herbert on 1st down. He beams one deep right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Herbert from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
A 3-yard loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
4th down, and we're going to see just how clutch he is on this kick. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. Got all of it, and this is good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game!
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a Conda on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The visitors and Mike Williams getting set for another go on offense. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Back to pass on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Now a run with a Conda. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Allen on the catch. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down. None of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing it.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Catch made by Allen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. I try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Up the middle, here goes Allen. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Dump off caught by his back. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
We saw those guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway if we weren't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Here's a Conda. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
On 2nd and 9. Cut near the goal line. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Thunderbirds take a 4th quarter lead. Braylon Allen, the touchdown! You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chargers, 42.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Charger offense making its way to the field. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And he makes the half goal. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Thunderbirds double their lead to 14.
Chargers, 42. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easy. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 7. one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And now they're going to face third down. It's Herbert once more. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Working inside the red zone. On target to Dobbins. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a third down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for two.
Will line up for the two-point conversion.
Keeping it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
Here's a Conda on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the handoff, Allen. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10 now. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped. You gotta secure the pick before anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Thunderbirds out and ready to punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. First and 10 now from the 30. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We have an injured player down there, and with his history, we really hope this is nothing serious. It is J.K. Dobbins who was hurt on that one. All right, here we go. Second down. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. It is caught left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And the Chargers will have a first.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. This set it down starts with an option right. On the move into the red zone. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers down by only 2 in the fourth. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. Going for it yet again, and once again, they don't have the right call to make it in for 2, so their struggles continue.
Yeah, they've kept them on the field without hesitation all game long. This offense knows what they're doing. The problem is the defense knows even more.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Gibson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense getting set to go. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a first and 10. They'll come out throwing. Fits it through the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give them a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Handoff right for Abanikanda. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Thunderbirds lead by only 2. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. He'll look to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down. On the ground, Abanikanda. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. LA uses a timeout here. It's second, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. We give to Allen out of the shotgun. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. He'll look to throw it. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
As we're into the fourth quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And their lead will remain unchanged in the fourth.
Kate, they had a chance to take a field goal out of the picture, and I don't know how I can quantify this other than hope. Now you've provided hope for that opponent because they know just get themselves into range and they can take care of business on their end.
Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Setting up to pass. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the 36. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Here's Herbert, first and 10. Oh no, the ball is loose! And it's a turnover, the defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Thunderbirds as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.